Good evening and welcome to Left, Right and Centre. The inquiry into the Muzaffarnagar riots that left over 60 people dead and displaced over 40,000 in 2013 is complete. The retired Justice Vishnu Sahay handed over a 775-page report to the UP Governor Ram Naik. It's a report that indicts the ruling Samajwadi Party in the state, the BJP and several district officials for their role in either provoking, participating in or not acting quickly enough during the violence 2 years ago. What impact will this inquiry report have? Also on the show tonight, after the exemption from jail time for the Ansars who were convicted of causing death by negligence in the Upar cinema fire, a closer look at the judgment reveals that it says they were too old for prison. Needless to say, that rationale has appalled the families of victims. Is it a valid justification? And also, after all that, we'll go across to my colleague Uma Sudhir in Hyderabad for a special report on the desperate state of government hospitals in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. But first, let's move on to our discussion on Uttar Pradesh. The one-man inquiry commission, as we said, set up by the Uttar Pradesh government to investigate the Muzaffarnagar riots of 2013, submitted its report to Governor Ram Naik on Wednesday. Political parties are asking for the report to be tabled in the State Assembly. Now, more than 60 people were killed and over 40,000 rendered homeless and displaced. The report indicts local members of the ruling Samajwadi Party and the BJP for their role in instigating the violence. It's also blamed senior police and administrative officials posted in the area for severe security lapses that led to the deadly spiral. My colleague Kamal Khan spoke to Justice Sahai.
आपने जांच की, आपने किन-किन बिंदुओं पे जांच की, क्या-क्या चीजें आपके जांच के दायरे में थीं जिस पे आपने रिपोर्ट दी?
देखिए, हमारा जो आयोग था ये एक न्यायिक आयोग है। उस वक़्त राज्यपाल उत्तर प्रदेश के BL जोशी साहब थे। उन्होंने 9 सितंबर 2013 को एक नोटिफिकेशन उनके ऑर्डर के सब्सिक्वेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने इशू करा कि और उस नोटिफिकेशन में हमको वन मैन जुडिशल कमीशन बनाया और बाद को एक और नोटिफिकेशन आया और दोनों नोटिफिकेशंस का ये निचोड़ था कि 27/8/2013 से लेकर 15/9/2013 के बीच में जो दंगे मेरठ, मुजफ्फरनगर, शामली, बागपत और सहारनपुर में हुए, उन दंगों के संबंध में 4 बिंदु पर हम अपनी रिपोर्ट दें। बिंदु 1 था दंगों का विवरण और दंगों का कारण। बिंदु 2 था अधिकारियों का प्रयास कैसा था। बिंदु 3 था दंगों का जिम्मेदार कौन है और बिंदु 4 था भविष्य में ऐसे दंगे ना हों कि उसके लिए क्या-क्या सुझाव हैं।
Well, as we said, the question we're going to be asking tonight is whether this report will be acted on or will it also see the dustbin like so many other reports have. Joining me on the show tonight from the Congress, Rita Bahuguna Joshi joining us. From the BJP, we have Aman Sinha, who's going to be with us. We're expecting Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party. In studio, I have Vikram Singh, the former Director General of Police for Uttar Pradesh, and also from Mumbai, senior journalist and commentator Rana Ayub joining us from there. I want to actually ask Aman Sinha, I want to start with you. Mr. Sinha, the Justice Sahai report indicts members of the BJP for their role in the violence. We've heard reactions from Sangeet Som saying that he's not been spoken to, but there have been senior BJP leaders who have actually also been spoken to as far as the Muzaffarnagar riots are concerned. Are you distancing yourself from this inquiry report?
Maya, first of all, let me say that the report has not been made public. So there is no much point speculating on the contents of the report. However, surely, Maya, the manner in which this one-man commission was constituted by the state government was very suspect and suspicious to start off with. Now, BJP at the outset had objected to a one-man commission being constituted in this case, and we had asked for a multi-member body. However, that was not done. It was a commission which was constituted for 2 months. They have taken more than 2 years to give this report. And the BJP MLAs whose name is, sought to be, implicated in some manner or other, They have not even been even once, inquired upon, or there has been no statement of theirs which has been recorded. Now, let me say, Maya, at the same time, that this issue has gone right up till Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, in its judgment on Muzaffarnagar riots, had very clearly and categorically indicted the state government of Samajwadi Party as well as the central government of UPA at that point in time.
Yeah.
The state government had failed to take any steps to prevent riots.
Yeah.
There was criminal negligence on part of the state government. There were large number of false cases, and these are all conclusions coming from the Supreme Court judgment. In fact, there are large number of false cases was an admitted position of the Samajwadi Party government in the Supreme Court.
All right, Aman Sinha. Gaurav Bhatia now joins us from the Samajwadi Party as well. Gaurav, Aman Sinha raising some extremely valid points in terms of the scope of the violence in 2013 and the failure of the state machinery at that time, which was under the control of the Samajwadi Party. How do you propose to act on this report? Because the Justice Sahay report also comes down very heavily on members of your party for their role in the Muzaffarnagar riots.
Maya, first of all, let me say this, that it's a very exhaustive report.
Yeah.
And I can only comment on the report after studying the report in detail. And at this juncture, maybe NDTV has the details, but I don't have the details. So I cannot refute or say anything on the report. But let me say a few things on behalf of the government. First of all, the report will be examined thoroughly. And if there are any recommendations by the Commission, it would be placed before the Cabinet and then before the Assembly. That after that is done, then we will act on the recommendations and we will ensure, I have been told that there are certain recommendations that have been made in the report to ensure that such a communal riot does not take place.
Okay,
so our endeavor would be to take those steps so that such a riot does not take place in the future.
Gaurav Bhatia,
second,
it's not...
I was listening... Yes.
It's not just about the Justice Sahay report, but as has also been pointed out by your co-panelists, the Supreme Court has also talked about the role of the Samajwadi Party and the UPA at the centre. We'll come to Rita Bahuguna Joshi for that in just a minute, but your quick response to Aman Sinha.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Yes. A few facts are known. I was representing the state government before the Honorable Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And in fact, when it came to rehabilitation, to extending relief package to the victims, the Supreme Court appreciated the effort of the state government. When it came to investigation, the Supreme Court again was satisfied with the special investigation cell that was constituted by the state government. And yes, it's true, there is a finding of the Honorable Supreme Court that the intelligence inputs were not shared by the central government with the state government well within time. And I think there, the latch was of the central government. They should have shared it with the state government. The most important point is that the maximum number of leaders who are today charge sheeted and are facing trials are from BJP. And BJP went to the extent of felicitating them during the Lok Sabha elections. That, I think, does not set a good example. They also gave Z security to accused person like Sangeet Som, which again, I think, does not augur well for democracy.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, whether it's the maximum number of politicians from the BJP or the Samajwadi Party. Aman Sinha, I'm going to get you to respond in just a second, but I want to bring Rita Bahuguna Joshi into this as well, because at the end of the day, I think the report is not really absolving any one political party. It seems to be saying that everybody has played their own role in the perpetration or the spiraling of this violence, maybe not directly, but certainly indirectly.
Well, you see, it's a strong indication on the performance of the UP government, the acute negligence of its administrative machinery. It's, I would say, a failure of the administrative machinery. And the BJP, everybody was watching how RSS and BJP MLAs, they were uploading, videos which were very, very, provocative. And they were not even from India, they were from abroad. And they had been caught red-handed and charge-sheeted by the government. And all along, 5 districts they targeted. Please look at the period in which this Muzaffarnagar riot happened. It happened in 2013, just about 6 months prior to the 2014 elections. And the
Happened
Chief
in
Minister
UPS
of
period, you're
UP
right.
has accepted in an interview to NDTV that the central government had given them some generic instructions. There were instructions all over the states, to all the states, that since the BJP is so desperate and the RS has become active, there could be possibilities of riots.
Okay.
Now this Muzaffarnagar riot was not a terrorist attack. Muzaffarnagar riot was not no, attack or other fight over some shrine. It was a small administrative matter. And the government should have handled
But
it.
it was also
the question is,
it was also a riot.
It's a matter of
Ms. Joshi,
easing.
it was also a
Shindig
riot
is not
where
going
the
to tell the Chief
Maya,
Minister that
the
there
Congress
could
Party
be a
spokesperson
easing over there.
calls the Muzaffarnagar riots a small administrative
Ms.
matter.
Joshi, it was also a situation where the Supreme Court actually
I didn't
No,
say
she has
small.
been
criticized the
extremely
UP and
incoherent
said
also.
was small,
But let
which
me
led up
remind,
into a riot.
perhaps she is not
That
aware
was
that
the
the Supreme
initial-
Court,
the
in its
initial
judgment on
incident.
Muzaffarnagar riots,
The initial
very strongly
incident.
indicted the UPA government
Yes,
of that time.
that
she
is
very
true. The
conveniently
Supreme
forgets
Court
that.
did indict. And Rita Bhagwana Joshi, for you to say that it's a small state administrative matter is kind of really, I don't even know how to respond to something like that, because at the end of the day, 60 people
No,
died,
this also
40,000
reflects
plus
the
are
Congress's,
displaced.
the Congress
wasn't
Party,
and it's
with
not
respect
about
to cases of
I
riots.
think Ms. Joshi, I think the question really is, I think the question for all political parties,
because the
Aman
BJP
Sinha, Rita Bhagwana
and they
Joshi,
tried to capitalize on it.
Okay.
They tried to capitalize over
Okay,
the
all right, Congress and BJP. Okay, I'm going to bring in our other panelists, Mr. Vikram Singh.
By all the
Okay,
inquiries
this is not going to be hijacked just by the BJP and the Congress right now. Please give our other panelists a chance to talk. Mr. Vikram Singh, you're sitting here and listening to their responses. Is this report going to be acted on or find its way? Ms. Joshi, please let the others speak.
Maya,
One moment.
What can I say? I see that we are trivializing the whole issue. It's a human tragedy of the worst magnitude. I only hope, unlike its predecessors, this inquiry committee's report sees the light of the day. It is taken seriously. The recommendation of Justice Vishnu Sahay, and I must compliment him that in the shortest possible time, in around 2 years, examining 637 witnesses, he has in fact laid threadbare. Of course, even I am not privy to the exact recommendations, but what has come out is indicative of the larger
Well, we just heard him speak about some of his findings.
That is indicative of the fact that the 4-point program, 4-point issues on which he has based his report, if that was to be implemented seriously, if we are serious about it. As of now, we don't seem to be serious about controlling the riots. Look what happened. It was a massive administrative, police and intelligence failure. Reinforcements were not coming. Rehabilitation was not so prompt also. There's so many things that we can draw on the lessons.
It was a situation where the army had to be called in.
The
point that is being made about the center not passing on intelligence to the state, is that something in your experience as a police officer?
The state is independent of anything. You are capable enough of generating your own intelligence. To the contrary, it is the state that passes on intelligence to the center and not vice versa. There has to be synergy.
Maya, can I please respond to that?
At the same time, it is the job of the state. I am never helpless. I am never weak. I am not a receptacle of all kind of half-baked intelligence that comes my way.
All right. Gaurav Bhatia, respond to that.
Yeah. I think with utmost respect to DGP Vikram Singh ji, the Honorable Supreme Court has said what I just stated, that there was a failure on part of the central government in sharing vital intelligence inputs. And this is the exact language. I was representing the state government with some responsibility. I stated this. Secondly, let me say this, that it is very unfortunate when the BJP tried to orchestrate a riot there, and public servants, MLAs and MPs of BJP who swear by the constitution to uphold the constitution were actually participating in inciting violence, in inciting communal feelings amongst people, and in disturbing public order there. I think that is not expected out of public servants. Third, I think I take some satisfaction on behalf of the state government in sharing that after the Muzaffarnagar riots, we also learnt our lessons, and the number of riots in the state of UP have come down drastically. This has been reported in various newspapers, and I think that is the positive side, that when it came to relief, when it came to rehabilitation. Even the NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, appreciated the efforts of the state government.
Okay, all right. I want to bring Rana Ayub into this. She's been waiting patiently from Mumbai to get in. Rana Ayub, Aman Sinha, I'll come to you in just a minute. Hold on. Rana Ayub, the point really, I mean, it's twofold. One is, I don't think this report is going to absolve any one political party of their role in divisive politics. In fact, that's really the nature of it. It's not just about who conducted the violence, who participated in the violence, but who also incited by talk. That's one part of it. The second, we have a history of reports being worked on, investigated, submitted to governments, and then, gathering dust.
You know, Maya, it's good to see all political parties take a high moral ground on this, panel findings. And as somebody who was reported on the Muzaffarnagar riots, I would have wanted to rejoice saying, finally the findings are out, and finally the report is out. But unfortunately, the precedents is such. Look at the Sri Krishna Commission report from Maharashtra riots. Look at the Liberhan Commission report of the Babri Masjid demolition and the riots that ensued. Look at the 1984 riots. What have we seen? The culprits are roaming scot-free. Neither the Congress, which was in power in Maharashtra, had the political will to act on the culprits. Neither on those who were involved in the post Babri demolition riots. Neither was the BJP inclined to act on those who were involved in the 1984 riots. So I think all the political parties should stop playing a moral high ground here. Let's face it that the Samajwadi Party had to be pulled up for lack of rehabilitation work for the riot victims, and it needed constant reminders. Let's also face it that the BJP fielded candidates who were involved in the Muzaffarnagar riots.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead, Gaurav.
Yeah.
With utmost please allow me to respond now.
Co-panelist Ayub ji, I would like to say that if she goes through the, if she goes through the judgment of the Supreme Court even made a remark that the rehabilitation work done by the state government and the relief packages that have been extended
after constant reminders.
That's a fair point, Gaurav Bhatia.
I would just tell you.
Okay, let me just, Aman Sinha has been waiting to
respond.
No,
that is not correct.
Well,
in fact,
I think
we
rehabilitation
made an offer
much
before
faster.
The Honorable Supreme Court.
Gaurav, just
Akhilesh Yadav had to be reminded.
Aman Sinha, all right. Gaurav Bhatia, Aman Sinha, come in on this.
Gaurav is correct that there is a Supreme Court finding that there was intelligence failure on part of the central government.
Yeah.
But however, Gaurav is quoting the Supreme Court judgment selectively. He has also appeared in this matter. The Supreme Court has categorically held that there was criminal negligence on part of the state government. They failed to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens of Uttar Pradesh, people of Uttar Pradesh.